They're often part of candidate Christmas cards and advisors to the campaign, official and unofficial. They're children of presidential candidates, and more of them are turning up on the campaign trail. But do they help or hurt a candidate's chances? Back with us now for some analysis, Republican strategist Jason Rowe, and from Young Democrats of America, Alexandra Acker. So you have McCain's daughter on the road, you have Huckabee's daughter, Edwards' daughter, Romney's sons, Chelsea Clinton, every once in a while Barack Obama's little girls. Alexandra, does it help?
I really do think it does. I think it humanizes a candidate. You know, you may dislike Hillary Clinton, but you can't argue she's not a great mom. And putting Chelsea and putting all of the candidates' kids out on the road reminds everyone that not only are they political leaders, but they're parents and their husbands and wives as well. In 2004, when I was working on the Kerry campaign doing youth outreach, I used to joke all the time that the Kerry Hines Edwards kids were my secret weapon because they got so much press attention everywhere they went because they were kind of an anomaly.
But does it really move voters, do you think, Jason? They may like to see the picture, the Christmas card, but does it really change their mind going into a voting booth?
Well, and I agree with Alexandra that it humanizes them, and people that we may think have horns and fangs and tails seem to be better people if they have their children around. But I don't know that at the end of the day it'll move a voter to support somebody based on them having wonderful shots on the camera with their children. However, when you look at situations like, say, Rudy Giuliani, in which his children are seemingly distancing themselves from his candidacy, I think that does probably affect the mind of a voter when they're deciding if he's of the character that they want to support for president.
Alexandra, you've seen the inner workings of the Kerry campaign you were talking about. Do the kids, the adult children, do they actually offer advice, or are they just sort of there to be part of the grand scene of everything?
They do, and there's obviously a range. You know, in 2000, Karina Gorshiff was very involved in Al Gore's campaign. Vanessa Kerry was very involved in 2004. You do see a range, but obviously I think any kid is going to talk to their parents about what they do for a living and talk to them about the situations they're encountering on a daily basis. So I think it's only natural for the candidates' kids to play a role there. I do think that it can help move voters, certainly as we see with my demographic of young voters. Having a candidate's kid who's in our era, of our generation, can really help the candidate identify with younger voters.
Jason, do you think it's tough on the kids to be out on the campaign and hear all the less than flattering things about their mom or dad?
Well, you know, you have to assume that most of these candidates have been in public life for a long time, so they're probably accustomed to it. I think probably to the degree it starts to affect them when they start to be called into the ring. But, you know, if you step into the ring, you shouldn't be surprised if you get punched. So if they do involve themselves, then they should expect to be a part of the process.
That's true. Jason Rowe, Alexandra Acker, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Molly.